I can do this! Yes, I'm home! I'm alive! This is all a miracle! Wait! I'm wide awake!
Which one of you motherfuckers called my mom gay? Shut the fuck up, you cunt!
You are dead. Pay for that! You'll pay for that! Gonna regret telling me that, Samasu! Cause now I'm mad. I'm really, really mad!
Yes! Yes! Chop him in the dick! Chop his dick off! Yes! Yes, lads. Sonic lost at the Game Awards, and in all fairness, I don't think it deserved it. I honestly don't. It didn't surprise me that Genshin won. It surprised me that we got that fucking far. I don't remember a Sonic game being praised that much to the point where it actually has a chance at the Game Awards. Are you fucking mad? And yet I still don't think that it deserved it. I don't think it should have won. And here's why. Because, lads, ladies and gentlemen, now that I'm talking about Chaos Island, aka the worst island, it's the time to bring up some of the negative things about Sonic Frontiers. That doesn't mean this game is shit. But the thing I don't like about having chosen to be as honest with everything about this game as possible is the fact that I know I'm going to have to shit on a few things. Because yes, I think Chaos Island is the worst island in the game. Once again though, the word worst doesn't mean as bad as being force-fed cat shit. Don't think of it like that. I mean worst as in, I probably got more annoyed getting through this island than the rest of them. And to be honest, I'm probably going to blame that on me trying to rush through the game, because that shit takes a lot of time to get through. I know for a fact if I just took my time doing shit, I wouldn't be as pissed during my time of playing it. So you know what, I played it a few times again and again, and I'd still have my reasons to want to say it's the worst. And I guess I'd start with the amount of 2D platforming there is. The piss take with 2D platforming in a 3D open zone is when you're locked in a 2D section, you have to go through all the way to get back to 3D. You're basically trapping yourself, and the fucking developers are trapping the player. That's why it pisses me off. It's not just because it's 2D in a 3D open world. I couldn't really give much of a shit about that. If there was ways to get out of it when you get stuck in them. Trying to explore just gets fucking ruined because you'll accidentally hit a dash panel, and now all of a sudden you're locked in like one direction. Fuck off. And to be honest, I know the title says Sonic Frontiers doesn't deserve to win the Game Awards. I'll be honest, that was just to kind of piss people off again. Just letting you know, it's not that fucking deep. If you love this game, you love this game, and that's all it needs to be left at, because I fucking love this game as well. Sometimes you could break the 2D section cameras though, and possibly play a 2D section in 3D. Can't lie, that was quite entertaining. But yeah, as I said, you accidentally hit a dash panel. Now all of a sudden, the space I want to fucking explore just got cut down. It's bullshit. But it was these 2D sections though where I realized the power of the drop dash. It honestly just feels really satisfying to use in 2D. Mainly going downhill, which makes sense. It's a move made in 2D Sonic, and somehow has started becoming the new fucking Wisps. Introduced in one game and has returned in every single one, every single time. Except this time, it's not a pace breaker. It's the complete opposite, so, you know, I'm fucking happy about that. But if they plan to bring the drop dash back into all 3D Sonic, please make it more useful in 3D then. This island, though, is broken up into smaller islands, and I think this is where the annoying part comes in, trying to get somewhere only to basically be told to fuck off by the level design, go another way, because you can't send yourself flying off to wherever you want to go by just perfectly spin dashing off an incline without using mods. It was specifically at piss take trying to get on that one floating thing that you need to find tails on to get a cutscene to move the story forward, and I can't even remember how I got to it the correct way. What I ended up doing was a perfectly angled boost that sent me flying far enough to get to him. I know what I literally just said, I know that, but on this platform it is close enough to the main island that you can do this. But I have to admit, I'm very thankful that you can use the power boost to send yourself flying, but this is where more complaining comes in. First off, sometimes I'll be running with the power boost and then instantly get sent flying because of a slight incline, but because of the way Chaos Island is structured, I'm more likely to die from falling off the map in this one. So yeah, that gets a bit frustrating. But I've also now come to a point where I don't think I can even enjoy this game without using a specific momentum mod that makes it so Sonic can actually maintain speed without constantly boosting, has a stronger air dash, and his jump doesn't cancel all speed you have, and makes the drop dash way better to control in 3D. If Sonic Frontiers played exactly how that mod did without mods, I'd praise the shit even more. I am lucky I have a gaming laptop to be able to play this game like this. It just annoys me a little bit knowing how close this game was to being the perfect next-gen Sonic game. Genuinely so close. But have that be the main gameplay without needing mods and then just get rid of all the popping and bam, you have successfully created a next-gen perfect Sonic game. Because to me, Unleashed still trumps this game. I don't want to say that, I really don't, but Unleashed, I swear, was so ahead of its time. But me saying that does not mean this game is ugly as fuck or this game is complete dog shit. I'm the one that gets pissed off when people do nothing but complain about the popping. Yes, it's jarring, but who gives a shit, honestly? Well, apparently a shitload of people give a shit, so that's why I'm just gonna have to bring it up as a negative. Yeah, if there was no popping, the game would look a lot prettier, but as I said, I can't give a fuck. If I let that ruin my whole experience with this game, I'd have to punch myself in the dick to punish me. The main character of this island is Tails, and every moment with Tails in this game I loved so much. Well, except this one where Sonic is clearly struggling and Tails just act like nothing's going on. Fucking selfish prick. I mean, the first thing Tails does though when he is freed is make sure Sonic is okay. Fair play, lad. He clearly sees he's in need, and even though he can't actually do anything to help, he still wants to. Tails has barely done shit. Actually, no. Scratch that. Tails has literally not done shit for like the last 10 years of Sonic. And this game addresses and acknowledges that and reminds everyone that yes, this is the Tails that did shit himself when seeing Chaos Zero, but it is also the same one that fought and defeated Chaos Zero, beat Eggman in a 1v1, actually had some pretty heavy balls in Lost World, and saved Station Square from being nuked. I am genuinely so happy they mentioned him being a little bitch. He even gets angry with himself for being a pussy. I was genuinely surprised he even brings up Infinite and how he became even more of a little bitch after Sonic was captured to become Eggman's sex slave for 6 months. And Sonic never even fucking knew about that. And of course, Sonic reminds everyone why Tails is capable of doing more.
You've got brains like Eggman, speed like me, and can fly with your butt. It's okay if you still need help sometimes. That's just part of growing up.
I also love that Sonic calls Tails little bro and just talks about how Tails still has a bit of growing up. It's like Tails genuinely is Sonic's little brother, related by blood. Sonic and Knuckles are great friends, but Sonic and Tails are brothers. And Tails decides by the end he needs to go solo and be his own character instead of just being Sonic's side piece. So I swear to God, in future games, if he starts doing fuck all again, someone at Sonic Team, their face is getting used as a fucking toilet. But you know that Sonic and Tails brotherly love is so beautiful, because it makes the emo little shit cry. I found it honestly so sad though when Sage starts to cry. I get it. She became a living thing and wants to be a real kid, but she's held back by the fact that she is Eggman's AI. It's like how Metal Sonic wanted to be the real Sonic, and the only way he could do that was to kill all living things and make everything metal. But this time round, Sage isn't made of metal. She's just a very advanced piece of coding that has thoughts and feelings, but none of this excuses how cringe this little montage is. I think it's cringe as shit, solely because it sounds like Sage is singing. Look, I get what they were going for with this, but the way you presented it just makes me want to take the piss. Plus, half the shit we see is just Eggman and Sage talking and doing nothing. If we saw things that were like happening off screen, of Eggman and Sage forming a real bond, then this scene would just look so much better. And also, if the music didn't sound like Sage was singing, it wouldn't be as bad. Also, other bad things about the game I'll quickly go over. The combat, it gets repetitive, and I'd say some moves on the skill tree could have been replaced with some better looking abilities. The spin slash and the cyclone spin may as well be the same thing. Alright, why are there two spinning attacks? Fuck that off. Sonic Boom, way too fucking overpowered and boring as shit to use. Fuck that one off. The Grand Slam looks cool, but there's only so many times you can do the same move before it stops being impressive, and some moves are just too slow. Mainly the spin slash. All these moves are also just too automated and flashy. They look like they should be finishers. My point being, this game has combat, but no combos, which kinda makes it a bit more shit than it could have been. Also, the difficulty. Sonic's max level for strength and everything is 99, but by the time you're at 50, every enemy becomes nothing. When there's no challenge, there's less enjoyment. The harder it is to achieve victory, it just feels that much better. Especially when you can farm rings instantly every time you take a hit with the side loop. That shit also never should have been a thing, honestly. And even then, high level with your defense makes you lose less rings with each hit. I wish this game could have been more challenging after beating it. Maybe have like an impossible mode after you beat the game. Someone has made an impossible mode mod, and I'm thankful for that because honestly, it was needed. I just wish that shit was just on console so that everyone can experience it as well. It's hard for me to praise the game when things are only made better through mods, you know? Like, I still love Frontiers, and a lot of that love is definitely coming from the fact that mods are making the game 10 times better. So that alone is making me want to love it a little bit less, but as I said, I have to be 100% honest in this review. I'm talking about the base game that everyone gets, not the mods that you can download to enhance it. But yeah, the game just needed more of a challenge because being a tank on legs isn't the most fun when all you can really do at that point is just run around with your thumb up your ass. And also, the challenge where you have to collect parts. Whoever made this, get AIDS. Now, despite me saying I think Chaos Island is the worst island, we all agree on this one thing. It has the best Titan boss fight. But before you can even think about doing that, you just have to be punished for your misdeeds and get 5 million points on fucking pinball. Who did this one? Now, 5 million points. And to be honest, it ain't actually too bad. And it's pinball. Who doesn't love pinball? I mean, I could sit here for fucking hours and play this shit against my fucking will. The fact that 5 million takes ages to get, and the fact that sometimes you can lose and can't do anything about that because you don't have full control of the ball. The other puzzles leading to the final boss took actual thought. But this is just pray the ball will go where you fucking want it to. And then after getting 5 million, you have to get the ball through the hole in the wall. And for some reason, don't ask me why my retarded self thought to just stop at 5 million points, as my brain didn't fully register. Nothing happened till the ball goes in the hole in the wall at the top and I lost pinball, and at that point lost my reasons to fucking want to live. Look, all I'm gonna say is 2 things would have made this thing a lot less AIDS. 1, make it so getting the score multiplier to go up isn't as hard as trying to get an erection while thinking of your dead nan. Or the other, just make the score a little bit less. This thing is fucking mandatory. You would have been better off making this a bit easy to unlock the boss and then make it so that we can actually go back and play this again and try and get a high score to get some special rewards. That would have been nice. I would make such a great game designer, I swear. And after that AIDS, it is time to fight the night. Shout out to one of the best songs in Sonic, just saying. Some argue Find Your Flame is the best boss song in the game. Personally, I think Undefeatable is, but who cares? All these tunes are as good as each other. It's literally ear sex. I want to jizz every time I listen to these tracks. With the Knight, though, the thing that makes him so good as a boss fight is the fact that he moves and attacks back quite a bit. This right here feels like a real fight, and I love it. You can either attack the fucker's shield, which means having to awkwardly fly it back into his face, or just dodge around it and just go in. Either way, it's the most fun to wail on this fat bitch, because 1, you have to stay active. He doesn't stand still. He moves a lot. Something I can appreciate in a boss. It's not like the Wyvern where you are kind of just locked onto a certain path. Not like Giganto where that fat bastard pretty much does stand still unless you try and solo loop him and he'll actually turn around. No, this fucker moves. And he is fast. And the other thing that makes it so fun, by this point in the game, you should have your whole moveset unlocked at this point. So now Supersonic is at its most fun. And I know, I was talking shit about the combat before, but as Supersonic, the flashiness, the cinematic flair of these automatic attacks, stringing that together on an enemy that wouldn't die from just one of them is what makes the combat fun. It's why I wish enemies were stronger. It's why these Supersonic bosses are so good. Parrying this prick after his shield is gone lets you do the coolest counter, and I always try and time this attack perfectly with the music. In fact, I just thought I'd edit things to the music to really show why this boss is the best one.
Now here we go, it's the end of
once the health is finished, words can't even describe how sick this ending is. First off, Sonic straight up just Falcon punches the fat bastard in the face, and then he grabs that long-ass sword and chops him off right in the dick, and that concludes that fight. Literally, the knight was the best boss. It was like that perfect porno you found one day, and then we'll never find again, but you do find it again. It's that feeling this boss fight gives. And after that island is on to the next. And I'll be honest, I will try and not take the piss we're getting to the last part of the review out, but I can't lie, I'm a busy man. Especially around Christmas time. I'm just fucking working constantly to make sure I'm actually getting some money to get some Christmas presents and shit. So yeah, but until that time comes, cheers lads, and have a good one.